Hi, I'm Dorothy Fraser and this is beautiful Jervis Bay, and I'd like to share with you how to connect with and talk to your loved ones from the other side. Our loved ones are always with us. They love us, they never leave us. They are always present, they are always helping, they're always talking to us and gently touching us, holding our hands, hugging us. The love never ever stops. The difference between your loved one in a physical body or without their physical body is very, very little. So I'd like you to just rub your hands together until they get warm. And when they're warm, just stop and gently pull them apart. You can feel a tingling or a light vibration. That's the subtlety of your loved one now. That's the kind of energy that they're running on. They're still very much alive and very much present for you in your life. It's about connecting into your knowing, your vision, your hearing, and your instinct, so that you can feel, sense, see, and hear them in their subtler form. What blocks us from connecting to our loved one, or feeling or sensing them, is our sorrow and our grief. When my father passed over 20 years ago, I didn't have the same intuition or spiritual awareness that I do now. And it was a very hard time, and I felt an incredible, like part of me broke when he passed, and this amazing wailing came out of me. And I grieved very deeply for the first 6 months. I cried every day for a year. I couldn't stop. It just kept coming. And after 6 months, all of a sudden I saw my father's hand, because some of the sorrow had started to move. And then within another year, I would grieve every, say, 3 to 4 months. And then by the third year of his passing, I'd gotten on with my life. We all grieve differently, and it's a process, and it's totally perfect. Whatever way you choose to grieve is totally perfect for you. But what I've learned some time on is that what happens, that last moment when we were with our loved one, in their moment of passing or around that time of passing, we think that's our last connection with them. Because we think it's our last connection with them, we are bound, or we bind ourselves to that pain. Whereas what I've learned, my mother passed about a year ago, and because I have much more spiritual awareness now, and I'm more, I sense, feel, hear, see all the time. I'm constantly talking to my guides and Creator and the higher masters, always in communication with them, always listening and following, so my life has more ease. I really felt and kept seeing and hearing my mother from the moment she left her physical body. And that wail disconnect that I had with my father, it didn't happen with my mother, because I could see her, I could hear her, I could feel her. And my mother has said to me constantly, "Dorothy, what are you crying for? Well, don't do that." She goes, "Look at me." So I do. I look at my mother, and I see how happy she is, how clear she is. She's full of gold. She's amazing. She's just a golden, glowing being. And she's not let me grieve in the way I grieve for my father. I've had the odd tear, and she'll say, "What are you crying for?" I said, "Well, I can't hold you anymore, Mum. I can't hug you." She goes, "Yes, you can." So we hug every day. We hold hands every day. My mum's in the car with me all the time. She's always fiddling around with the radio. She loves kind of show music and musicals. So whenever musicals come on, the radio tends to be on that. I tend to prefer blues myself. So we have a little bit of a fight over the radio. I allow her to listen to some of her music. But my mum is around all the time. And why I'm sharing this with all of you is your loved one has never ever left you. Whether they passed 20 years ago or yesterday, they've never left your side. And they are constantly telling you how much they love you. They're constantly checking the windows, making sure you're in the right place at the right time. They're doing their utmost to get through to you. If you choose to hold on to your grief, and that is totally your choice, it blocks you from feeling them, seeing them, or knowing them. Or sometimes you do feel and see them, but the sorrow is so overwhelming, you have that actually blocks you from continuing on a relationship with your loved one. So my mother and I have never stopped our relationship. If anything, it's gotten brighter and sweeter, and we are just having a great time together, and it's wonderful, and it's wonderful comfort for them as well as wonderful comfort for yourself. So if you choose, if you would allow it, I would like to do a little bit of theta healing with you. So all you have to do is say yes while I ask this. So does Creator have permission to strengthen your knowing, your vision, your psychic hearing and your gut feeling, so that you can see, hear, feel and know your beloveds in the gentlest way, in a way that feels normal and safe for you, so that also, if Creator's permission, to strengthen your ability to continue your relationship with your loved one in the form that they're in now, so that both you and them can experience the most wonderful comfort and continuing your relationships together. If that's allowed, just say yes, and Creator will download this information and awareness for you. And if Creator also has permission, meaning the energy, Creator, the energy that creates all life, has permission to really soothe your heart, comfort your heart, and to gently, in the gentlest, calmest way, release that sorrow and grief for you, so that you can come into that place of peace, so that you can really feel your loved one, because your loved one wants you to feel them. They want you to be with them. It's incredibly important to them as it is to you. So just allow that to happen. If you choose that, allow this energy to come into you. Allow the light to come down. Allow it to expand into your heart as a beautiful white sparkly light of Creator's unconditional love, helping you to connect, helping you to feel your loved one, helping you to accept their love and their hugs and their ever nurturing presence. Just allow that to continue. Another thing for you to really look for is signs from your loved one. And I don't mean like looking everywhere. Just allow yourself to be aware. On a birthday of mine many years ago, one of my father's favourite flowers is an iris. And on one of my birthdays, a lady that didn't know me, my father's preferred flowers, she gave me a bunch of flowers, irises, for my birthday one year, and it was a beautiful gift from her, and I'm very grateful to her for those flowers. But it was also a beautiful gift from my father, and I knew it was from my dad. So anytime someone gives you flowers on your birthday, there's a bird, lovely bird, talking to us. Anytime you get given flowers on your birthday that are a flower that your loved one would have given you, or is their favourite flower, that is a message. There's always messages from our loved ones around us all the time. So start looking for those messages. Start welcoming them into your life. Nice bird. Birds give us messages. Animals, if you have a dog or a cat, your loved one can communicate to you through them. If a dog comes running up to you in the street, just goofy, loving, wagging his tail, being real happy around you, that can be your loved one, bringing that love through in that way. When you turn on the radio and there's a song that you used to listen to or knew it was their favourite song, like my dad loves blues, so whenever I hear blues, particularly harmonica, I always think of my dad. Whenever there's the sound of music on, it's always my mum. She loved The Hills Are Alive. So things like that are triggers, and they're real. They're not just made up in your head, they're actually real. Remember the feel, it's subtle. They're in a subtler form. Any heavy thoughts, doubts, disbelief, criticism, pessimism, blocks you from that subtle energy. So if you can, and if you choose, allow yourself to open more so that you can let them in. That'd be a very good thing to do for you and for them. This is a celestite, and it's a beautiful crystal that connects you to the angelic realm and helps the channels on the higher level so that you can connect more easily to your loved one, because we want to get our channels clear. Selenite's also great for balancing the emotional body. Again, it opens up the higher channels, opens you up so that you're clearer here. So again, you can know and see and feel your beloved with greater ease. If you want to hang out with some of these guys, this is selenite, the other one was celestite, very handy. And this is amethyst. Amethyst also activates the third eye, the crown, the high consciousness, and also is great for grief and sorrow. So this would be wonderful to help you come into a deeper spiritual union. We've also got calm and clear drops, bring you more clarity, helps alleviate the doubt. And that was Australian bush essence. This is a FES, Californian essence. This is Angelica, connects you to the higher consciousness and the angelic realm and guidance from loved ones. So they're wonderful things to do. I've worked as a reader for years, and my mother, since her passing, has been bringing me people who have recently lost loved ones or lost loved ones some 20 years ago, but are still bound in missing their loved one. So my mother has asked me to really put this message out to everyone, because she's on the other side and she knows how important it is for the loved ones to have that connection from the other side as well as for us. So this for her is a really important message that I'm sharing with everyone. So please let your loved one in. They love you and they will never stop loving you. Whether they left 20 years ago or recently, they are at your wedding. They will be at around the birth of your children. They will be at, if you've just graduated, they'll be at your graduation. Every important moment in your life they will be at, and every normal moment in your life they will be at. They're always there. Let them hug you, let them hold you, let their love in. God bless you and God bless them. Have a beautiful life together.